we are back. So this is part 2. This is the extra credit portion of chat number 137, which is food in a flash. We're going to quickly make 7 different things to eat. We're not going to make all of them, but we might as well be, because we're going to go through all 7 of them in the length of time that we could have made them. One of the things we're not actually going to make, but I wanted to show you an additive, or not an additive, like something to add on. So it's really like 7.5, I guess, like 7.5 things. But I started the day thinking about, what we were going to make, and then we went to Trader Joe's. So most of what you're going to see came from Trader Joe's. You do not have to have a Trader Joe's. You don't have to buy everything from Trader Joe's. This just all happened to come from Trader Joe's because that's where we went to the grocery store today. I did use 2 air fryers, had them going for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. If you don't have an air fryer, you can make this some other way, but if you do have an air fryer, I highly recommend this. I use a Simple Living Products. It is right here. I love it. It is so quiet that you can talk over the top of it, like we were watching the Galaxy's Edge, all the videos without turning the volume up with the air fryer going. Okay, so this is how I started. My one thing that I was going to make. So this is my homework for the week. Remember, I just gave you your homework in the first portion of this. So in the first 30 minutes, I gave you your homework, and your homework was to find one thing that is already in your regimen and make enough of it that you can make at least one more meal. And the next meal doesn't have to be exactly the same thing. So the one thing that I made is turkey tenderloin. So that man's turkey tenderloin. And if you've never made this before, you are missing out. You will never, do not tell the chicken growers I said this, but if you ever make that man's turkey tenderloin, you will never, ever go back to chicken breast ever again, like making it yourself, ever. This is so juicy. Like, just where I put it on this plate, there's juice on this plate. I can't even explain how juicy it is. This has got to be one of our top, it's like in our top five favorite foods. So I made 4 of these today for the chat. So 4. I'm not asking you to make 4 of them, but I made 4 That Man's Turkey Tenderloins. That recipe is already on www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Just search That Man's Turkey Tenderloin. Okay, so the reason I did that, so meal 1 could be That Man's Turkey Tenderloin, and you could have it with mashed potatoes and vegetables, and whatever. So if you had time to make a meal, to sit down and have a meal, That Man's Turkey Tenderloin is perfect. It goes great with mashed potatoes, green beans, macaroni and cheese, whatever. It goes with everything, and Carol Lou made it today. So it goes with everything. Okay, then after you make it, then I divide it into other containers, and this was a palmetto cheese container, but I put it into smaller containers. So this has 1 whole turkey tenderloin in it, cut up. So I put it in smaller containers. This is how we took it to Disney, and John snacked on it for a couple of days. But I go ahead and cube it up. If whatever we're not going to eat, I go ahead and cube up, and it looks like this after you cube it up, and it is absolutely delicious. After you do that, we are going to make one thing and put it in the air fryer. So we're going to go ahead and get that started, and then I will show you the others. So we already have That Man's Turkey Tenderloin that I've made, and again, it is on www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. This was until I steamed it. This was 2 cups of frozen veggies. These are, and That Man's Turkey Tenderloin is 0 smart points, in case you didn't know that. And I meant to preface this by saying, if you are doing Weight Watchers, this one is going to be a great idea, for some meal prep. If you're not doing Weight Watchers, if you're just trying to feed your family, also good. Civilians will eat this. Okay, so this was 2 cups of frozen vegetables that are 0 smart points, and then we're going to take this entire turkey tenderloin, and I'm going to dump it in there. So it's already cubed up, already cooked, already cubed up. I'm going to dump it in there. Then I'm going to take, and I did get the turkey tenderloin at Trader Joe's, and it doesn't have anything added to it. Then I took, I'm going to take a thing of the Trader Joe's condensed portobello mushroom soup. I don't know if they have this right now. When they have it at Thanksgiving, and when they have it, I buy like 8 or 10 of them at a time, because they don't have it all year round. But this entire container is 8 smart points. So far we have 0 smart points for the turkey. We have 0 smart points for the vegetables, and we have 8 smart points for this entire container of soup. So depending on how many servings you divide this up into, that's how many points the soup is going to contribute to it. And hello, April. But that's how many points the soup is going to contribute to it. Okay, so we're just going to get that out of the container, and I'm going to stir that up just a little bit. Okay, and then one of the other things that I made in the air fryer is baked potatoes. And the baked potatoes, it's 400 degrees for 40 minutes. Depending on the size of the potato, you do need to check it at about 25 to 30 minutes. If it's a huge potato, it's going to take every bit of the 40 minutes. And we had that in a previous, in a prior chat. So you can find, you can find that in one of our previous chats. But this is just going to be a turkey. It's just going to be like a turkey pot pie. So I have the turkey, I've got the frozen vegetables that I have already steamed, and I have the condensed cream of it's cream of portobello mushroom soup from Trader Joe's, and I have my handy dandy pan that has the handle that came with my Simple Living products. And Barbara says this has way too much sodium. This has... yeah, it's like 900 milligrams. That is a lot of sodium, but you're not going to eat this every day. Okay, and I sprayed the bottom of this pan with some nonstick spray. Now I'm going to pour my filling in there. So when you make things, though, like baked potatoes, you can make an extra one and you can put it in the refrigerator. Put it or them or whatever in the refrigerator, and you can use it for other things. You don't have to just use it as a potato. And so that's what I'm going to do tonight. So, sorry about that scraping noise. Okay. So this has that man's turkey tenderloin. It has 2 cups. It was 2 cups before I microwaved it, before I steamed it, of frozen vegetables. And then it has the whole container of the Trader Joe's condensed portobello cream of mushroom soup. Y'all can use any kind of cream of mushroom soup. Just count the points. Okay, and then when I was making the turkey tenderloin, or in making baked potatoes, I made an extra baked potato, if y'all can see it, and then I sliced it up. So I'm going to take the extra baked potato that I sliced up, and I am just going to lay it in a single layer on top of this casserole. So now I have like little servings, with the potato on top. So right now the only points that are in here, the only points that are in this is for the potato and for the cream mushroom soup. And I'm going to sprinkle it again. Now the potato's already been cooked. The potato was cooked in, let's see, hold on. Heather just doesn't like something. What do you not like, Heather? And sorry, I'm having trouble getting my nutritional yeast open today. Anyway, I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of nutritional yeast on top, but what don't you like, Heather? And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that on top because it gives it a little bit of a cheesy flavor, and it gives it some more, some more protein and some more B vitamins. Okay, so I'm going to spray that on there, or sprinkle that on there, and then I'm going to put this in the Simple Living products. Yeah, you could use exactly. Okay, so Debbie said, how about cream of celery or cream of chicken? Exactly. Oh, mushrooms. Yeah, you don't have to use mushrooms. I just again, remember I was at Trader Joe's while I had this, but yeah, cream of celery, cream of chicken, any of it. Just remember, you could use the cheese soup or something like that, celery soup. Yeah, you could definitely use that. Okay, and we're going to put this in the Simple Living Products air fryer. We're going to put this in here. We're going to put it because it's already all cooked. So I want it to be done though before we get finished. So we're going to put it in there on 360 for like 15 minutes. Remember, air fryers, you need to check them because it cooks a lot faster than your oven does. So I am going to put it in there. Just put it in the tray, just like in the basket, just like normal. And scoop. Put it on 360, and I'll put it on 20 minutes, but we'll come back and check it in a few minutes. So, okay, so that was two meals because we had the turkey tenderloin with something. Then we had, and now we're making the turkey pot pie. So that's 2 of our 7. Then, once you've got the turkey tenderloin already chopped up, you can also make a quick meal. If you do something like this, like a southwestern salad, this one from Trader Joe's is 4 smart points for the whole salad, and that's including the dressing. But it's so small, it's so little, and it's got black beans, and it does have a little bit of some kind of cheese on it, and a tiny little bit of corn, and a tiny little bit of peppers, and a tiny little bit of lettuce, you know, but it's a very pretty salad, you know, and it is a delicious salad, but it's so small. So what I will do with this is I will cut up one of these turkey tenderloins, and I'll use about 1/3 of it, and I'll add the turkey tenderloin to this for one of my meals at lunch this week. So there's 3 meals. So we've made 3 meals. Yep, and exactly, Sandra says bulk that salad up. Yes, I am going to hashtag bulk it up, because the turkey tenderloin adds how many points? How many points? Anybody? 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 The turkey tenderloin adds 0 smart points. So I'm going to bulk up. I'm going to hashtag bulk up this salad with the turkey tenderloin. So that is 3 meals. Then this we always have in the freezer, or we could do this with Casey's, you know, the Velveeta shells and cheese. We always have Trader Joe's the reduced gilt mac and cheese in the freezer, and I think it's 8 smart points if I'm not mistaken for this, and this is empty because I already took it out. But so one of these, it's a frozen meal, bulk it up with some of the turkey tenderloin, and then add something like some peas with no sugar added to any of this stuff, but like with some peas or some green beans or some carrots and green beans or some other kind of vegetable. But if you hashtag bulk it up with that, then you would have macaroni and cheese with the turkey tenderloin with some form of vegetable, all still for 8 points, and it's going to make a huge plate of food. And that is that's 8 smart points, so that is 4 meals. Okay, so we've already taken the turkey tenderloin and made 4 meals. We've made the turkey tenderloin, the salad, we've bulked up the salad, we're doing the turkey pot pie right now, and we've done the mac and cheese. So that's already 4. It's already 4 things. Okay, also another thing that you can go ahead and pre-make, and this I do pre-make because I'm going to put most of it in the freezer, is a 0-point soup. So this is not the 0-point soup that I normally make, and I will have to you know, get this put on the blog on www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But one of the girls in our meeting Tuesday night mentioned the Dolly Parton soup diet. I'd completely forgotten about that. So in honor of our sweet Dolly Parton, who's from not too far from here, then I did the Dolly Parton soup diet, and I took, and this you'll see it in here in a second, but I cheated. This is not cheating. This is not cheating. I did 2 bags of the Trader Joe's shredded green cabbage. So I went ahead and got it already shredded. You know, I'm not going to take the time to shred it. I did a bag of the Trader Joe's succotash. You could do any kind of vegetables, I wanted this one because it did have the corn and it had lima beans in it to kind of bulk it up a little bit more. Yeah, and Debbie would do half of the mac and cheese. Yeah, totally. You could totally do, because it's going to make a lot. So you could actually make that into your 2 meals. And then I added a bag of the frozen mélange à trois, the frozen peppers, and 1 container of the Trader Joe's low sodium vegetable broth, 1 can of the Trader Joe's tomato sauce, and a container of the Trader Joe's mirepoix. I think I'm saying that right, mirepoix. And that is, it's a starter for soups and things, and it is celery, carrots, and onions, and they are chopped up so fine, and you'll see them when I get the soup out. That, and then I used Dax Italian seasoning, and I let it cook on top of the stove because I didn't have my crock pot out. I let it cook on top of the stove. I let it boil for just a little while, and then I let it cook on low for another hour and a half, I guess it was, just until everything got tender. Okay, and 4 of these of water, so 4 more cans of water. So it has the low sodium vegetable broth and the water. Okay, and if you're vegetarian, stop. Just stop. So this is still vegetarian at this point. Actually, it's still vegan at this point, if you happen to be vegan. But this is it. It's 0 points. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot something. Garlic. I did put some garlic in it. Okay. So it made this huge, can y'all see how big this is? It made this huge stock pot, and it's 0 points, so I didn't bother measuring to see, you know, how many servings it was. But, so here's this beautiful soup. So here's this beautiful 0-point soup. And again, if you are vegetarian or if you're vegan, just stop. Just stop right there, you know, and you can totally have that soup. And it makes enough. I mean, you could feed an army, and then you could put it in the freezer and feed a second army from how much is left. Okay, and I'm just going to cut up some of one of the other turkey tenderloins that I made before we got started. So I'm just going to cut up a little bit of that. You can dice it, you can shred it, you can do, you know, whatever you want to it. And Vicki loves Vicki, I got that bowl at Goodwill. Or Carm, Goodwill, I think. Yeah, I always check their dishes because they have the coolest dishes there. Okay, so if you are not vegetarian or vegan and you want to bulk it up, then you could take some of the turkey tenderloin that I just cooked, put that in there, and suddenly you have turkey soup. Still 0 points though, because the turkey tenderloin is 0 points. Everything in this soup is 0 points. So it's still 0 points. So how cool is that? And you could garnish that, you know, with a little bit of something. You could put a little bit of feta cheese on there if you wanted to. Yeah, so you could really make that cool. Okay, so this is number, let me think. So we made turkey tenderloin. So you could have that as a meal. Then we've got the turkey pot pie cooking. Then we did mac and cheese with turkey and peas, or, you know, something else. We did that. Then we had the soup. So we had the soup by itself. Then we have the soup with the turkey. So we've got that going on. Okay, we're going to set this over here. Okay, so to run down that list of ingredients again, that was shredded cabbage, your choice of vegetables, but I used the succotash from Trader Joe's. It had frozen peppers in it. It had tomato sauce. It had garlic. It had the other chopped vegetables, so it had celery, carrots, and onion chopped up in it. It had Dax Italian Blast for the seasoning. It had low sodium vegetable broth, and it also has 4 cans of water. And it makes, I know, yeah, Vicki asked someone to post the recipes. I always say, oh, and the salad. Thank you, Charlene. I forgot about that. I always say I'm going to post the recipes, and I get terribly, terribly behind. But yes, at some point I will post the recipe. And the salad with the turkey. Yeah, so how many is that now? Let me think. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's 5. I think that's 5 things. That sounds right because we have 1, 2 left. Yeah. Okay. This next one. Oh, let me grab a bowl for the next one. Actually, I think it's cooled off enough I can just pick it up. Okay. The next one is black beans. It's got black beans on the bottom, and I'll get it out and show it to you in a second, but it has Trader Joe's black beans. It can be any kind of black beans on the bottom. Then it has an entire turkey tenderloin chopped up, spread out across the beans. Then it has a container of the Trader Joe's Pico de Gallo salsa. You can use any kind of salsa. You do not have to use the Trader Joe's kind, but this one's extra yummy. So it has an entire container of that poured over the turkey, and then it has a half of a cup of Trader Joe's light shredded 3 cheese blend. So it has a half a cup of that on there, and a half a cup of that is 5 smart points. So the turkey is no smart points. The black beans are 0 smart points. The Pico de Gallo salsa is 0 smart points. All of that is 0 smart points. The cheese is 5. So depending on how, and yes, Sandra, I'm sorry, yes, you can freeze the soup. I put it in, again, let it completely cool off. Do not put anything like that in the freezer while it's still warm. Let it completely cool off. And I do save my containers from other things, like the fluff. Well, like this, I will reuse this container. Actually, I might reuse it right now. But just pick something that's, you know, freezer safe. Okay. So it has black beans 0, the turkey tenderloin 0, the Pico de Gallo 0, the cheese was 5 for the whole thing, for the half, and then I cooked it on 350 for, I think it was 10 minutes, 350 for 10 minutes, and then I broiled it for 5 minutes because, again, everything's already cooked, and it's hard to see in this pan, so I will scoop some out. And I tell you what, I will put it in this Pico de Gallo container so that y'all can see it. Let me get rid of that lid there, and let me get a bigger spoon. So Hold on, I'm not seeing the spoon that I want. Just a second. Okay. So apparently I had washed it. Okay, so here it is. This one you can use in so many different things. You can eat it by itself. I'll show you what it looks like after I scoop it out. But so you can eat this by itself, or you can use it. I'm going to put this underneath it just so that I don't spill it. So I don't spill that. But you can eat it by itself. You can put it in a tortilla. You know, and make like a little warm tortilla with it. You can, gosh, you can put it in eggs. You can put it in lots of things, lots and lots of things. Or again, you can eat it by itself. You can put it over rice. Okay, so here is what it looks like. I know this is not the prettiest container, but there is what it looks like when it's out. So that counts as another one. But let me show you what I'm going to do with it. Maybe, except I've run myself out of space here. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is remember when I was making all this stuff, I made an extra potato. So what I'm going to do is find another little container, maybe not, maybe, hold on, hold please. Okay. So I'm going to use my little kitty cat bowl. And I'm going to take this potato. So remember, I already cooked the potato. So this was part of the, oh, and thank you, Vicki. So this was part of the turkey tenderloin cooking. I had one air fryer going with potatoes. I had another air fryer going with turkey tenderloin. So this was all done together, and I didn't have to sit and babysit it. Okay, and if y'all have met me before, you know that I cut my potatoes. I cut one way, the next way. I don't know how to, like a zigzag. I cut my potatoes in a zigzag. Don't know why. So I made extra potatoes. So that was an extra thing to make as a second meal. And when you cut them in a zigzag and open them like that, then they, you know, they fluff up. I don't know, it just fluffs up better. And then if we had more time, I would actually I've got a fork. Let me go ahead and do that. So then I just fluff the insides. I use gold potatoes, like Yukon gold potatoes, because the skin is so soft that you can eat it too. I do like the skin for my potatoes. If you don't, you'll just have to gut your potatoes or just not eat, and just not eat the whole thing. And I'm going to get a little bit of the turkey. Oh, and this had Dax taco seasoning in it as well. So I'm going to take a little bit of Dax. I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to put it over into my potato. So now I have used the turkey tenderloin and the potatoes as a second meal. I'll get a little bit more from the bottom in there. So remember, this has black beans, it has pico de gallo, it has turkey tenderloin, and it has some of the Trader Joe's light 3 cheese mozzarella blend, and it has Dax taco seasoning on it. Okay, and everything from the inside is zero. Oh, and Barbara says gold potatoes have lower points. Seriously? I did not know that. Okay, so everything inside the potato, except for the cheese, has 0 points. So if you divided this up, so the cheese was 5 points for the whole thing. So if you divided this into 5 servings, that would be 1 point per serving. And so now, I could have had that as one meal. I could have had it on rice. I could have had it on pasta, maybe, I don't know. Or in a tortilla, roll it up in a tortilla, or with some eggs, and we'll probably do that tomorrow, maybe have some scrambled eggs with it. But I also made a potato with it. And so now I have a baked potato. I have about a 4-point potato that I baked in the air fryer as part of all this other stuff. Yeah, I know. And Betty, tell me about it. I'm starving. We haven't had supper yet, so I'm not sure which thing we're going to eat. But anyway, so now I made an extra baked potato while I was doing it, so that made a second meal. So I had a first meal I used one baked potato to be the top of our turkey casserole. I used the second baked potato to be the base for this. So now I have two. You could add some non-fat Greek yogurt to the top of this. You could use some fat-free sour cream. You could put some chives on it, or cilantro, since it's kind of a Mexican, thing. But anyway, so on that. So that's another good one. So now we're up to how many? Let's see. So now we have turkey tenderloin, the salad, because I don't want to forget the salad. We have turkey tenderloin, we have the salad. We have the mac and cheese with the turkey tenderloin and some kind of vegetable like peas. We have, so that's 3. We have the soup. We have the soup with the turkey. We have the turkey pot pie that's in there. And we have the Mexican dish. Oh, I made more than that. And the Mexican dish on the potatoes. So I actually accidentally made 8, I think. This one doesn't count, but I wanted to show you real quick. Talking about hashtag bulk it up. This, you can get all kinds of pizzas like this at Trader Joe's. And I don't know how they make them if they're just a teeny tiny bit lower in points, but like a third of this pizza is 8 smart points. Add some of the turkey tenderloin to that, like chop up the turkey tenderloin and put some arugula on there before you bake it. Yeah. So good, so delicious. Okay, so since we are running out of time, let's check our turkey pot pie and see how it's looking. Now remember, I have this at 360 degrees, so I'm saying that to remind you that everything coming out of your air fryer, including the container that you're cooking it in, is also going to be 360 degrees. And let's see, Jackie says, will all the recipes be posted to If You Have an Egg? Eventually, but the turkey tenderloin is already on there, so that's a bonus. The turkey tenderloin is that man's turkey tenderloin. It is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. My point about the 360 degrees is always use something to take it out. So I'm going to use my tongs, and we're going to go ahead and take it out, and we're going to check it. Now, if you didn't want the potatoes on top, you could still do, thank you, Sandra. You could still do, hold on a second, I just found part of an earring. If you did not want to do the potato on top of the turkey casserole, sorry, I'm totally distracted. One of my Mickey earrings fell apart, and I keep finding pieces of it. Anyway, somebody needs to tell the Swarovski crystal people that it fell apart. Okay, so yeah, you could do breadcrumbs, you could do panko. You could do, if you had enough points, you could do like phyllo dough on top. Oh, and Carol Lou's making some That Man's Green Beans. You'll have to check out her That Man's Green Beans recipe. Okay, 2 minutes to go. Let's go ahead and pull it out. Remember, it's 360 degrees, so I'm going to use my tongs to take it out. And hope that Dusty does not get in my way because he really, really wants this really, really bad. Okay. Let me put this back up. But just remember, don't push it all the way in because it will start going again. Okay, I wish I had something else clear for y'all to see this, but I don't. So let me just go ahead and get a scoop of this, and maybe I can show it to you from this side. So this is the turkey pot pie. So again, you could use anything on. You could use anything on this. You could use crushed up potato chips. I know some people use corn flakes on top of their pot pies. You could just use anything like that. But let me see if I can get y'all a good picture of it without dropping this. So can you all see this? Can you see this? Without me turning it upside down. So there is the potato, there is the turkey, all of the vegetables, the soup. He doesn't have a great Labor Day, Barbara, but there is the soup, there is everything in there, and it is only the points for the soup and for the potato. So it was about a 4-point potato. It is 8 points for the entire thing of soup. So I had the potato divided up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. I mean, you could potentially make it into 6, servings. That would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that'd be 2 points. 2 points per serving. But anyway, so there you have it. Meal number 7, and it's technically number 8. But it is turkey pot pie. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have turkey pot pie for supper tonight. But I want you all to do your homework. I want you to make one thing that's kind of already in your, your regimen of things that you make. Mine was the turkey tenderloin, and then see if you can make at least one more meal out of it. We did all this in 30 minutes. All I had to do was pre-prepare the turkey tenderloin. If you already had it, like if you already had the turkey tenderloin sitting in your freezer, if you already had it pre-packaged in the little containers, like put out in the little containers, you could just pop it out, heat it up, If you're going to do it with the salad, you wouldn't even need to heat it up. Just put it in your refrigerator at work and let it thaw, and then mix it with the salad. Perfect. It would be perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so we literally did all that in 30 minutes. It is 9 o'clock. We have finished just on time. John and I have not eaten supper yet. I'm literally starving after making all this. So I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all good night. Don't forget to do your homework. Do make something, make a little bit extra so you can have it as leftovers, or you can make something else out of it. Go ahead, and if you're watching this later on YouTube, go ahead and watch the next video and subscribe. And when you subscribe, go ahead and hit the little bell so that it'll tell you when our next video posts. If you want to go back and watch any of these, they are all on youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. And we have a whole playlist. I think I posted it the other day how many videos we have. It's like 150. I know this is chat number 137, but I want to say it was like 150 something videos. I don't remember, but it was a lot. So yeah, so you can go back and watch all of those, but please do like, share, subscribe. Please share them. Most of us got to this group because somebody shared it. So it's just an awesome way to keep up with our other ladies. And remember, even if you're not doing Weight Watchers, you can feed your family this. Your family could totally eat this. Okay, Dusty, are you going to say bye? Dusty's like, yeah, if I can have a piece of chicken, a piece of turkey, I'll definitely say bye. Come here, buddy. Oh, and every week I swear he gets heavier and heavier and heavier. Okay, so he is not close enough to that turkey pot pie to eat it, but can you see, like he can't get any of it. Can you see? Num, num. Yeah, he is having trouble controlling his liquor. So you all know this is going to be good because he is, look at him, he is literally, he is so having trouble controlling it. Okay, y'all have a great Labor Day. Everybody be safe tomorrow. If you are not in the United States, then just have a great Monday. Or if you're in New Zealand, have a great, it's already Tuesday, have a great Wednesday. But y'all have a great rest of your weekend. I really appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time. Good night.